All right, I don't want him to get away with that comment, and I don't want to just like passively just say like, oh no, I mean like blah blah, and just like let that go.
Cool,
literally, my fingers was typing out, who the fuck do you think you're talking?
I'll slap you, bitch.
I'll slap the shit out you.
Yo, hey, what's up? It's your boy, man.
What up?
What's up? It's another episode of Change Your Algorithm. Welcome back. It's your boy Julio.
It's your boy Nate.
What's up? Hope you guys doing good, man. I hope you guys thriving. Hope you guys been chipping away at some new goals, continuing some good, healthy little habits, some little life hacks. How you been, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Taking it day by day.
There you go.
Once again, learning how to slow down. Because
nice,
you know me, man. I'm always, ever since we even lived together back in the day, I've always been like this anxious, go up and down the stairs and just be like, oh, let's go. Now I'm kind of learning to just like dial it back and be okay. And I think even, going to the theater the other day, and Nisha, she's always kind of, how women are, like they just they don't really care about time, but but anyway, so
lady always want to make a man late.
Yeah, so usually I get a little anxious about that, and I'm just like, oh damn, we're gonna miss the movie or the beginning part of the movie or this and that.
Then you're like,
in my head, my story
movie,
in my head, and then I just kind of just, I was like, oh, yo, how much more time, I'm just like, yo, how much more time you need over there? He's like, oh, and then, they start to get pissed off, because they feel like you're trying to rush them or whatever. I just learned to kind of just be like, all right, cool. And then I just go to this couch, kind of do like a breath. And once I do that breath, like it kind of, and just relax and then just find something else to do.
True.
It is, and in my brain, I'm just like, you know what? If we miss the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it's okay. It's like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a movie, like, it's meant to be a hangout anyway. It's It's funny though. Like, do you feel sometimes when you end up at least for me, when it gets to those moments, I'm like, all right, whatever, I accept it. And then I lay back. Then we kind of do end up being late. And then, like, when Sam sees me not, like, like, stressing out, then she starts, like, well, why didn't you, like, rush me? I'm like, and I just be like, man, shut your ass up, bro. You can't win, bro. It's like, come on, man. If I was on your ass, you'll be mad at me. And then if I was too laid back, and now we're late, now you getting mad at me somehow. It's
just can't win.
But she's definitely, I feel like that's where we helped them, because like Sam's definitely getting better with like understanding, like, yo, you need an hour to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have to leave somewhere that takes 40 minutes to get there, that means you have to start getting ready 2 hours before.
Yep.
So that way you can get ready. Then we got to take that drive. And then she's like, damn, yeah. Like, so now she's like starting to wrap her head around it.
But I don't know.
But good for you, man. Good for you taking those little moments to just like,
Yeah, but I feel like it spills in, like, because when I used to do it back in the day, I used to try to like race, like, oh shit, we're late, and I race down the day, and then shit happens where you get into accidents and shit like that.
Oh shit.
So if you keep that mindset going, like, something bad happens.
Yeah, because I think it kind of like it's like this so this girl I've been like kind of enjoying her content. She's really smart, bro. She's into neuroscience and shit, and she preaches a lot about our nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And she says sometimes what we want in our life, our nervous system might not feel safe in.
Yeah.
So you might, if you come from chaos, right? Like in whether it's like a very like high driven functioning like household, or like, yo, come on, we gotta get it, like, yo, what you doing? It's like, oh shit, you're very like, you're brought up very goal driven. And sometimes you want moments of like, bro, I just want to like moments of silence or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though those things are moments of silence and it sounds relaxing, your nervous system might be like, well, why are we doing this? Like, what?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not used to that. So she's like, you literally, whatever you want in your life, you have to train your nervous system to be relaxed and feel safe in that.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because you think it's all brain. But it's not. It's like if your nervous system, which controls the fucking energy in your body, if it's like, oh, go, like you said, it's going to eventually attract more chaos because it's like
100%.
feeding into that energy.
And that's a great little gateway to leading us into our topic of emotional intelligence.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? We want to kind of touch on that today, because, and I think the reason why I wanted to touch on it for sure is because at work, and I work remotely, at a tech job, and this is the first time like a person sent a message through Slack that really kind of pissed me off, and I felt it through like my biochemistry, like, and I just wanted to smack him virtually through the fucking computer, and I was like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" You know what I mean? Like,
you like sat up in your chair.
Yeah. And I felt it, like I felt these little things that went through my body, and I'm like, "Yo, it's the same anger I'd get if that person said it in my face." You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So he sent me it was a message where I was trying to get something done, and unfortunately, you're dependent on certain people to get certain things done, and then because you don't have access to a certain system, whatever, and that's their job, whatever, and then so I was like, "Yo, can you do this? Can you process this or whatever?" And then
he said like some slick like
no, he was like, "Oh, I can do this, this, and that," and it wasn't what I was asking for, but I'm like, "Yeah, but can you do this?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I can do this, this, and that," and that still wasn't what I was asking for, and I was like, "Yeah, but is there this within that?" And then he was like, "Do you not understand what I just sent you?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "Do you not?" And I put in like caps. I was like, "Do you not understand
what I'm asking?
I'm asking for this, this, and that. Do you not understand?" With like 5 question marks. And then you can tell he felt that. And then he pissed me the fuck off. And I was like, I took like a minute to like say like, okay. And literally my fingers was typing out, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking?"
I'll slap you, bitch.
I'll slap the shit out you. But I was like, you know what? I took a breath, and I was like, all right, I don't want him to get away with that comment. And I don't want to just like passively just say like, "Oh no, I mean like blah blah blah," and just like let that go, because I felt like my soul wouldn't let that ride. So I was like, I told him, I was like, "Yo, do you not understand what I am trying to like blah blah?" And I'm trying to do this, and then you can tell he took like 5 minutes to write me back, and he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we could." And then you can tell he was like, I was pissed, and I'm the type of person that doesn't get pissed like that, but he felt it too, and I don't know if he meant that in a bad way, what he was saying,
right?
Because whatever, and this is where emotional intelligence comes in, because you can come off as a dickhead. And apparently he's been coming off as a dickhead to a lot of people.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
And this is the thing that he's a nice guy. When you meet him in person, we literally just came from a work trip, and he was there. We're all from different states, and he's a nice person. He's a great person, but he's an older guy, but when he's typing and he's saying things, he says it in a rude way, and he's been checked about it, which I didn't know about. He's been checked about it before, and
oh wow.
Yeah, so like he just
comes
like off as a dickhead.
There's always one of those guys, or females sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Like working working remote. You know, it's it. Hey, I hope she'll see this, but I love my cousin. But my cousin sometimes she's so smart, bro.
Yeah.
That sometimes you're asking her for a very simple question, and she'll either talk to you like she's like fucking talking to like a kid, which is very like, "Yo, bitch, like, just because you know something I need some insight from you, don't talk to me like I'm a fucking 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, good for you. You know that. You should take pride in it. And like, oh, shit, yeah, let me show you. Put me on game. Don't like, oh, yeah, and talk like, you should know this, dummy. It's like that's all.
Condescending.
Like very condescending. And it's like, it's not her fault. But, you know, it's it happens, man. I think sometimes depending on the way you grow up or the way socially, if you're there's so many factors, but I think once you become an adult, you kind of got to learn to be aware of like how you're interacting with people.
Empathy for other people.
Empathy, bro, especially when you're in a team environment, you're working with others. If you're doing your own thing, if you're a self-employed person, whatever, you can talk to whoever how you want, and it still might hurt your business because people might not want to help you thrive.
They might not want to work with you. Shit.
So now you're trying to get certain supply from someone, or you're trying to get your clothing or whatever in the store, but it's like, nigga, I don't even fuck with you like that. You know, I don't want to see you win.
Yeah.
They might not say I don't want to see you win, but I just don't want to work with you. Your energy is
right.
like,
and they're not going to put as much effort into it. Yeah, so I feel like people are not understanding that this is the new shit. Learning soft skills of emotional
Yo, for
intelligence,
real.
because with AI taking over all the technical shit,
Mm.
you as a now an employee, you need to know how to talk to people. You need to know how to communicate. You need to learn
Right.
how to like kind of like weave through your team and motivate your team and be a team player and
Right.
actually have to it's gonna be it's super important more than ever now, because back then you can be an asshole. Oh, Johnny's the top lead, like, oh, we just gonna have to take his shit. Now shit, ChatGPT beat Johnny's top lead, so now we can be like, okay, we need a nicer person that can actually like communicate better and more effectively, and has the emotional intelligence to handle the stress that's coming in with the job place. We can replace Johnny because ChatGPT is doing his technical side anyway.
And also with remote work, remember that certain companies were limited to people who either lived around the area,
Yep.
or if if obviously higher end jobs, people would apply and then they'll be like, oh man, I'm moving to New York for this new job, and so that happened once in a while.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they were limited to a certain amount of people. Now it's like, bro, they could, the main headquarters could be in New York, and they could hire someone from fucking Kansas that fills
India.
the role.
Shit.
India.
Yep.
Fucking over Spain. They got people in Barcelona that work for companies that are like based out of Miami.
Yep.
So yeah, bro. So that shit,
Yeah.
you're right. You're absolutely right. That shit don't fly today, man.
Yeah, it's super important. It's even in the creative space, right? Even in filmmaking.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is a super huge thing, working with your team. You're there with them almost 10 hours a day. And if you're a dickhead, nobody's going to want to like help you on your set. Nobody's going to want to like work with you to get the job finished, to get the scenes done, to get everything organized. Like, it's so important to have those emotional intelligence, because things become high stress very easily. And if you don't have the empathy for people, and you don't have that same respect for people, and to understand the way you're coming off, and understanding your own emotions and your own the way you think, this is the new high value thing.
Damn.
You know what I mean? This is the new
that's
oil.
A bar. That's a bar, man,
So,
for real. Because if you look at yourself, damn, maybe those are people that don't look at how impactful they can be. They're not aware of, like, not only are there, maybe they don't know like how impactful. Like, once you join a team, once you join a company, you are they're depending on you for a certain value. You're becoming an asset. And how you carry yourself is dependent on what you think of yourself and what kind of asset you want to be.
You're your own brand.
You're your own brand, bro.
Yep.
Even though you're working for a company, if you carry yourself a certain way, bro, you never know the opportunities that could bring. Whether someone sees you in that space and like, yo, I fuck with you. I like how, like, bro, I'm a customer and you treat me with mad respect. Like, yo, if you ever need a job, like, hit me up. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Or even within the job, like, damn, I thought you were just going to be a server, but you're killing it. Like, yo, what do you think about being, like, floor manager? And, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, shit. And that's all dependent on your mindset, how you carry yourself, how you see yourself as an asset to the team you're contributing, not only your personal time to, but also, like, they're spending your time or their time around you too, bro.
Yep, 100%. And we're spending most of our day with each other. Like, you're spending less time with your family than you are with us. Like,
damn.
So the thing is that like, going back to that, what you're saying is like, and that makes total sense too, because a lot of people just want to go to work and just do their job and go home. It's not possible. You have to work with other people. And you have to be, no matter what's going on in your life, somebody must have died, your dog died, this happened, that happened. The professionalism you have to take to the workplace is real. And I get, and don't worry, your coworkers should have empathy for whatever's going on in your life.
Right.
But at the same time, if you don't communicate that, or just, say, hey, on the side, like, maybe you do lash out. We're human. We can lash out.
That's true.
But if you don't have the understanding and awareness that you lashed out and what you said in that message was, like, kind of crazy, and you don't go and message that person back and say, hey, man, like, I don't know if I said anything. I might have said something a little harsh or the wrong way. I didn't mean it that way. And hopefully we can, going forward, this something happened in my life where, blah, blah, or you don't even have to say all that. You could just say, hey, hope you didn't feel that I kind of, like, misled you on or I said something bad on the message, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's stuff like that where you can even double back and you can even, but if you're not even acknowledging that the stuff you're saying is rude, and then people are even telling you, or you're getting like, people are saying like, hey, you know, like you're kind of like being standoffish, or you the way you're
kind of being
communicating, is wrong, you know? And that's the thing that's gonna kind of make the downfall of your career. Not the fact that you know everything. You can know everything, and you could just make things fall. You know, everything can fall. But I'm talking about the average person. If you're like a super genius, like an Elon Musk, like obviously the company doesn't give a fuck what you do. They'll probably even take you away from people and just put you in your own room and give you like $400K a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's different. Like I'm talking about the average person that has to show up to a job, and you got to feed your family and all this other stuff. And then you want more opportunities and you want higher pay. Those soft skills, to me, are like that emotional intelligence is like key for that.
True.
So
I agree, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, like it is the tougher road, because it's like
super tough.
Yeah. So that's really what makes you like a strong individual, because now you're constantly trying to like, all right, what's the best way to handle this every day? You're not just like whatever.
Yeah.
Like what you did when you were like, whoa. You're like, let me take a little second.
Yeah, I had to take a second. I was feeling it in my body.
But bro, that's part of being a man, bro, because now you're taking responsibility for your actions. You could have just popped off, and then if it got escalated to management or your manager reaches out like, yo, what happened with this dude? He's saying you came at him, you said you were gonna slap him or something.
Right.
Now you're like, oh well, you're trying to blame him for how
like
you reacted.
Kid,
and now they're gonna like stick you in the same box with him.
Yep.
Where now you're like, whoa, all right, let me make sure I check him, but I'm gonna do it the right way, and I'm not gonna lash out to where it's unprofessional. That's a big win, bro. That's major, man.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that shit is tempting.
It's tempting, man. It's tempting.
That was the vampire saying, "Come on, let me in.
Let me in. Let me in. Come on, Nate. Come on now.
Let's get back to business. Tell him you'll slap the shit out of him.
Let's go." Yeah, so
good shit.
It is a tougher road. You're completely right, man. Because and that's where the reward comes in. Doing those tougher things in life, getting up early in the morning, going to go work out, going to eat healthier,
sticking your face in a pot of tap water and ice.
Yeah, definitely.
Get a little adversity in your face,
waking your ass up. Yeah, and I agreed, man. But that's where the rewards come. You being consistent, this compound interest of you being consistently trying to do the tougher things, the rewards become greater.
Let me ask you this. Do you think doing those few little challenging things routinely, right? Whether it's like waking up and, I'm gonna wake up, go for a run every morning, or I'm gonna wake up, at least get some form of exercise, or whatever it is, or I'm gonna make sure I have time for myself in the morning. If you catch yourself like in the middle of your workday consistently, you're like antsy or stressed out, right? Like once you make those choices for yourself, do you feel like those little things also play a part in those moments?
Of course. This is what turns you into a leader. Like you doing those tougher things throughout the day, every day, turns you into a leader. You know what I'm saying? You have leadership qualities. You build the emotional intelligence. You build the empathy through that.
I feel like those moments also make you more aware of like those moments when you're like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, fuck.
Because you build humility. You try to go for that 80 pounder and try to lift that shit. That shit slams on your fucking floor. That empathy comes in right there. You like
80 pounder. My boy could hit 80 pounds.
Yeah. So, but it's like you trying to do it. You trying to do it on your shoulders, and you just like, damn, my shoulders ain't there yet. Like, damn, I don't know what I was thinking.
Humbles you,
and then and worse, you strain yourself, and then you like, damn, I can't go back to the gym for the next like month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you get humbled down quick.
You talking about that, like getting humbled, right? In a physical aspect too, right? Not only emotional, because you could get humbled emotionally too, but like even physical, right? It reminded me of this. There was some interview with this UFC fighter, and he's a dude probably our size, right? He's like maybe my height. He's not crazy swole, but bruh, the man's a trained fighter. Like if he gets in a fight with somebody in the streets, like bro, he's gonna fucking kick him in their ribs and crack a rib.
Yep.
he's on the plane and he said he was just getting adjusted or something happened, or he accidentally like, I think he was settling in and he accidentally like kicked the dude's chair, I think. But it was like, he's like, bro, it was legit an accident.
Yeah.
And this white dude with like hella privilege just fucking turned. He's like said some slick shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude was like, he was like, it was like a moment like for you. Like he was like in the moment, he was rushing, he was trying to get in his seat so that way fucking the plane's getting ready to take off. I guess he was running late. And he's like, yo, there was a split second where he was like, dude, I will fucking slap the shit out of you. Like, bro, I'm a fucking fighter. I will fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at him. He's like, dude, it was a fucking accident. And he's like, well, and he tried to come again. And then he's like, yo, he's like, and he pretty much checked him though. He said, yo, I would like, bro, are you crazy? Like, bro, I will fuck you up. And you're willing to get fucked up over me accidentally kicking your chair?
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And then that's when the guy that's when the guy dialed back.
At that moment.
Once he started talking about like, bro, you trying to square up? Like, what you trying to do? That's when they start like getting, because they're quick to pop off at the mouth. You know how it is, bro.
Yep.
But when shit is ready to get physical, that's when like, and they start trying to figure out how to back out of the situation. But yeah, long story short, yo, self-awareness, man.
Yeah.
We all deserve to be self-aware. We all can make the world a better place.
Right. Yeah. And you have to, and that's something that has to be practiced. If you're not practicing it, you're just waking up every day and you're just like, a day is a day. And you're like, oh yeah, I gotta go take out the dogs. I gotta go, blah, blah, blah. It's like, god damn, are you ever gonna like sit down and be like, okay, damn, let me try to like kind of raise myself. Let me make time for myself and and kind of like, and which I understand, like, you know, the older school, like they never had that. They had the opportunity, but they didn't have the information.
I think
we got the information. The millennials got the information.
And there's no more excuses.
There's no excuses, bro.
My dad keeping up on Instagram with, he's telling me about crypto and yo, did you see? I sent him the Slate truck. He's like, oh yeah, I saw that. Boom. Like, damn.
Boy on it.
Like, my boy on it for real. So
I love it.
So it's cool to see like we all have information now at our fingertips, bro. So it's like all we gotta do is, like you said, man, try our best to implement it, bro. We're not David Goggins on that level. You know, David Goggins is a different beast, bro.
Yeah. There's people who just like, there's the 1%ers.
Yeah, bro. He's a 1%er. Yeah. We come from the average of like, yo, we're trying to be high functioning human beings and do our best to carry ourselves emotionally well, intelligently. Obviously, we still got a great fucking sense of humor. We're hilarious. But let me ask you this. Relationship wise, man, how is that emotional awareness like? How has that growth been on that side? Because I can only imagine. I know for me, it was like a whole nother side to it.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. It's always tough, but it definitely teaches you, like, even through patience. Like, I feel like in this relationship with Nisha, like, it's just learning a lot of patience and learning to let things go, let certain things that would kind of like be like, oh, you know, get me riled up, and then learning to like let those things go and be aware, or if you do feel riled up, like learning to just kind of like take that second before you respond or before you make that action. And it's through relationships, I feel like,
especially with us,
is where you learn the most.
We went from living with our homies for fucking years to like now we like fully
years of just like having drawers on the floor all throughout the house and not even cleaning the floor for 40 days, 50 nights.
Damn, bro.
You know, it's like,
well, I shared a room with Wink for a minute.
Oh,
so
you had it. You and Dave, Greg, and Wink, y'all did really good, man. Like, of trying y'all best to like live to coexist together. Sometimes. Yeah, but y'all really did a great job of trying to coexist together in those rooms. Like, it was kind of like college dorms, and like being in your 20s, you know, like, and for y'all to do that was great because, you know, different personalities. Right. And like obviously y'all fought and shit like that. And
when he says fought, it was like arguments. We weren't in there.
Somebody got knocked out. I ain't gonna say who.
Yo, you using my underwear, bitch? Remember when Wink thought I threw away his toothbrush or some shit?
Oh yeah, that was a big one. That was such a funny That was crazy.
I'm
It
not gonna
turned
lie.
a
He got
toothbrush-
under my skin that
Yeah, but a
day,
toothbrush. Yeah. Okay,
He got under my skin because
Yeah.
I felt like he was trying to make it a thing. I was like, bro, I just told you 5 times, bro. I didn't touch your toothbrush. Like, get out of my face, bro. Like, I know what I'm doing, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, that shit got me here.
Yeah, I think what happened was
I'm about
y'all
to go swing on him.
No, I think what happened was because it's never about the thing, you know what I
Right.
mean?
And that's
It's always about something else, either prior that happened that he felt like he
Right,
should have defended
right,
himself on, or
right.
he could have said something on, he didn't, and it just built up, and he never said
Right.
anything about it. And then the toothbrush thing happened, and it's like, oh, now's my chance. Like, even though you were like, bro, I had nothing to do with it.
Well, it's also once you bring it up in front of once other people start watching, right? Now it's bigger than whatever y'all talking about.
Right.
Once the homies is watching y'all go back and forth, now it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I need to be right because
Yeah.
now people are watching.
Yeah.
So like, even if there's a little hint of like, oh shit, I might have been wrong and jumped the gun, it's like, well, whatever. I'm gonna follow it through now because now my ego need to win.
Yep. And that's the hard thing about
And that goes
even
back
being
to emotional awareness,
emotional
man.
intelligence,
Yeah.
emotional awareness, all that, because even on set, like,
Oh yeah.
let's say you check me or I
Mm-hmm.
check this person, whatever, and then the actors are looking, the DP is looking, that
Right,
person's looking.
right,
You're
right.
like, hey, listen, man, that shot is not gonna work because blah blah. Now, if this person who either has
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence or not, like, you'll know because they'll either pop off on you or they'll be
Mm-hmm. Right.
like, hey, can we talk for a second or whatever.
Right.
You know, or
And
they'll be
that's
like,
always
there's
the
3
better
ways,
move.
or they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, like let's do that take, or
Mm-hmm.
hey, listen, like, no, that sounds good, but the only thing is we have like 2 minutes, so we guys really get this shot real quick. If we have more time, we'll go back to it, and then okay, boom, compromise right there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Some people are good like that, but some people might be like, oh damn, this nigga's trying to try me in front of my whole crew, whatever. Like, oh nah, yo, hey, you need to back up, bro. Let me focus, you know, or you'll be like, yo, let's talk to the side about it, you know, and it'll take like literally 2 minutes.
It's true.
So there's 3 ways you can handle that. And then I feel like we ran into all types. Like, we ran into the people that pop off and go
Right.
crazy on set. And then we ran into the person that's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we can make that work, but let's just do this, and came with a compromise. And then we ran into the person that's like, yo, all right, let's talk about it over here. Like,
Or we had to become that person.
or we had to become that person.
'cause
One,
remember in,
yeah, one out of the 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. I feel like that was big for me. Remember American Auction that one time?
Oh yeah, that dude.
Yeah, he was like, yo, come on. He like, I was like, what
He was
the fuck?
bringing all types of
And
weird ass
once I
energy.
seen-
on
Once
set.
I seen Javon, like, you know, our actor who's like older, he's more respectful. He carries himself great. We have nothing but respect for him. He has respect for us. Like, you like kind of seen him, like even him look at the dude. I was like, oh shit, that's not good. He's
Yep.
tripping. Like, this is our set. We brought you on. We're paying you. Like, no. You need to
Yeah.
settle down. So then, I think it was good because I remember y'all telling me like, yeah, I think you were probably the main one. Like, bro, just pull him to the side and talk to him.
Yeah,
Bro. I was like, yo, you right.
Yeah, because I was
Next-
just the behind the scenes guy
Mhm.
taking flicks, but I in video, but I was definitely watching him fucking wild out.
Yeah.
And Dave
I
wasn't gonna do it, so
And he
somebody
wasn't
had
wrong.
to.
I think he wanted to just move a little faster,
Yeah.
which was fine.
Yeah.
But and then when he started
But
like
you
shouting
shouldn't do
shit
that on
out,
set.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
You know.
So and then had a good conversation, pulled him to the side, had a good combo. Like, I just kept like, just let him know
Yeah.
how it is working with actors. Like, you don't want them to feel like tense
But
or
he-
unsafe. Like,
He was wrong though,
he was, and
because
he kinda knew
it wasn't his place.
It wasn't.
He was doing lighting. What the hell are you doing talking about what's
Yeah.
happening on set? Your job is to light. You're getting paid for that no matter what.
Right.
Where do you feel like you have the position to even comment on what's happening on set?
That's facts. Yeah.
We're telling you to
If it
light
has
that
nothing to
thing
do
over
with that
there.
lighting.
You light it. You're getting paid for it, and then that's it. You just move on.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah.
That man was crossing boundaries to the next dimensions.
Yeah. Word.
So I'm glad you had to tell him,
Mm-hmm.
and that was great because he needed to be checked.
And I think it's all like, those are things that are opportunities, right?
Yep.
'Cause it's like, damn, that gave me an opportunity. Like, yeah, you know what? Because remember me, I used to kind of have some little temper tantrums too, bro. Like, since I was a kid, I always used to kind of have these little moments where I would lose my cool. Like, I'll go from like laughing and having fun to like bitch, I'll fucking kill you. And it's like,
Yeah.
so it was like a thing that I always had to grow with. But yeah, that was like a big moment for me for sure, and it felt good to like handle it the right way. And then even living with the guys, man, after years, like being able to like learn how to express myself a little bit better. And yeah, man, I feel like everything is an opportunity.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah, man, may we all seek some good opportunities this upcoming week, bruh.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, you guys kind of look into this emotional intelligence thing and empathy and just.
Do you have any books? Because I remember Joey Badass talking about in a book. I believe emotional intelligence was in the title. It was like something and emotional intelligence. But
Yeah.
I would recommend the 4 Agreements.
Yeah,
bro.
I was gonna say
Right?
that 4 Agreements and the 5th Agreement, like those 2 books,
So simple.
they just
so
hits
like,
it changes your whole algorithm.
Yeah, bro.
Changes your brain, man. Changes your whole brain.
Tell them what it did for you, like when.
Yeah. It definitely made me have more empathy for people because everybody is living their own story. So they're living their own, like, and obviously I'm human, so I'm gonna slip up every time to time. Like the remote guy that was my coworker that I'm dealing.
100%, bro.
So, but I want to say 90% of the time I can realize and pinpoint, like, okay, this person has their own story that they're going through. Their story has nothing to do with my story, and it's just conflicting with each other.
Right.
And I can just take a step back and just be like, and I can see that and be aware of that, and then just take the high road.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in that book, kind of like, it makes it a lot simpler to understand how to have empathy for other people because of it gives you the reasoning why. And yeah, it breaks it down so simple.
For me, it was also letting go of that inner judge, man.
Yep.
That judgment. I remember when it was breaking down like the concept of the little judge in your brain and shit. I was like, damn. And I think it's because my dad was worried about me since I was like had so much high energy. I guess he just, from his upbringing as well, from his mom, who was at the time it was a single mom, bro, raising 4 kids in the fucking projects in New York. You know what I mean? She's just trying to make sure they don't fucking end up dead or get locked up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Then on top of that, my dad's sister, who was a little older than him, she was handicapped from the waist down. So like, there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was distressed, but she was always on my uncle's like ass.
Yeah.
Because he was our energy. Shout out to Theo Victor, coolest uncle ever. And so my dad was like, oh shit, he's like my brother, I gotta be on his ass. But he was just repeating what my grandma did.
Right.
So and then when I grew up, and I remember moving into the house, like looking back, it was like, okay, we're going out on our own, like, yo, we need to like make this successful, which was good. It was like good stuff, but it was also kind of out of fear.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why sometimes the guys rejected it, because it was like,
it
it was like good stuff, but it came with like this energy of like, no, we need to stay focused, like and it was like,
and also like just to end this
but
off.
yeah, my bad. Long story. I had to get rid of that inner judge to stop judging myself, so that way I can have empathy for myself and others.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, no, I got that through that.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He's like, yo, wrap it up.
Nah. It was good. I was just gonna add to that. I was gonna echo on that. I was just gonna say that you can't change people, man. You guys gotta like everybody has to understand.
Right.
You cannot change people.
And
if
it's
you
all
know this is
compromise.
how this person is, it's either you have to change the person you're with, or change the people you're with, or you have to like,
or embrace,
just move on.
Embrace how they're coming, and then try to like re-guide it in a way where like, okay, I see what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But like, yo, cool, you think we could try it this way? And then you'll actually guide them into a different thinking process that'll help them. Sometimes.
It's
Sometimes
50-50, it depends who.
But the power of communication is amazing.
No, it is. But it's just like, listen, man. People, even when you tell somebody, hey, don't do it that way, do it this way. People's egos just be like, in how they are. It's like, who is he telling me what to do? Like,
right.
So they're like, oh, like I don't like that. I don't
that's
like
the
this
tough thing.
motherfucker trying to have me change, like, or you trying to make me do something that you want me to do, like. And it's like it's probably always gonna be like that until you find someone that's like, hey, you know what? I don't mind. I don't care. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. Like, you have to keep evolving and not let nothing hold you back. People or whatever, you have to keep evolving and move on. And if that person, if you have to be aware, and see if that person's willing or that person has the potential to make changes to either better themselves or to work with you. And if not, then you have to move on. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no changing people. You can't change nobody. And that's just what it is.
Can't change the world unless you change yourself.
Yep. And that's all I'm about to get.
I'll leave you with these 2 quotes. One is a silly one. It goes, My mom always said you could polish a turd, but it's still a piece of shit.
Isn't that from Mean Girls?
Nah, it's from the one where Seth Rogen and them were mall cops.
Oh yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
thought
that
was from
movie's
Mean Girls.
hilarious.
Okay,
If
yeah,
y'all
that
never
sounds
seen
funny.
it, I
Yeah.
definitely recommend it.
And then what's the other quote?
And then the other quote is a real one. This one impacted me, and I remember writing it down on my phone because I was like, damn, bro. Like, I remember, like, feeling sometimes like the guys weren't understanding. I was like, bro, am I saying shit? Or, like, is it really my energy that's just coming off wrong? I'm like, what the fuck? So it said, the quote said, and I don't know who it's from. It said, it's always less about what you're saying and what the other person is hearing. So I was like, damn. To me, that stuck because it's like, okay, if you want to be like a leader or if you want to be someone that's like impacting others in a positive way, it's like, okay. It's tough because it's like if you're always trying to figure out what's the best way to say something for that person to receive it, like you said, it's like you're trying to bend around too many corners where it's like sometimes you just got to go straight, bro.
Yeah.
And you need to find people you can go straight with.
Yeah.
But it affected me. I was like, okay, damn. Maybe I could put a little more time into like saying things a certain way or delivering it a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, having a better
1000%.
delivery, even in
Yeah.
like tone. Like, yo, you think you can get that shot for me real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what? Oh, but we already got it. Like, no, yeah, you killed that. But like, just
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, I just really want to get like a close. I just want that shot.
Radical candor.
And it's like, okay, damn, he's not saying nothing wrong. He gave me my kudos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
But he's
radical
just-
candor.
That's radical candor.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You give the person their kudos, and then you go and tell them what it is that you
And
you
it's-
know
It's
want
very
from them.
like, yo, just straightforward, no
Yep.
type of energy. It's not,
And it
yo,
works.
get
So
that.
to me, it works.
Yeah, bro.
All
I
right.
fuck with that radical
Yeah, man.
candor. Radical
Yeah,
candor,
you guys hit that radical candor. It's a book. You guys can go read that as well. It's very good on how to communicate with people and get shit done with people and stuff like that. But
Fire.
yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. I hope you guys like this pod and comment, and please let us know any other
Word.
topics you guys want us to hit on. And yeah, change your algorithm, guys.
Let's do it.
See ya.